In this video, I'm going to show you another way of creating your own database, and this is a custom database. In video 4, we showed you how to use the ROS files for a particular season, and it would create a season database for you based off of that year. Now, if we come over to here, teams, I entered these teams in by hand. I selected 10 teams. I created 2 leagues, and I put these American League teams in League 1 and these National League teams in Team 2. Now once this is all done, you click on Setup, so we give them identifiers, and that's over here in this grid. This is the players grid. So we want the 64 Oreos. So if we come over to here, we click on Baltimore's 1964 roster file, and this is Team ID 1, and you want to enter in 1 so that it puts in the ID for you. And we went to the Twins for the next team. So Minnesota, got to be careful, that's Milwaukee. But if you enter in the wrong team, it's easy to undo that. So we want Minnesota. Oh, I'm sorry. So I'm going to say no. It was Minnesota for 1987. This is Team ID 2. Okay, so that's how you do that. Now also too, you could add players in here. You're not required just to use, like if you wanted to put in another Minnesota player from a different season, you could do that. So that's a way you could use roster files and not have to enter in. Now for the pure custom database, if we come over to here, we just clear out these teams, and so we have no players, and we start entering in names of teams. So I'm going to say Team A. Again, you give it whatever name you wish. And league. Now you need to enter in all the teams first before you enter in players, because you need to associate the player with the team. So let's just say this is going to be 2 teams in this database. And what league? Both are in 1. You give it a name. Click on this setup button that gives each team an identifier. And now you just enter in these players by hand. So you don't need roster files. And it's that easy. It may take you some time. And what team is he on? Bernie wants to say he's on Team 2. Doesn't matter whatever order you want. This is just an identifier for the roster files if you were to use that. And you could bring in any one of these rosters along with Bernie Williams. It's totally up to you to put in, whatever you want. You can mix and match. And that's it. So that concludes this video. It shows you basically 3 ways to create a database. One, you select a season. The other way, you select and pick from rosters, or you just enter in individual players by hand.